Three entrepreneurs, one podcast, zero chance we agree on everything. This is the Ron Table. When business gets real, life gets messy, guests drop in, opinions fly, and yes, movie quotes are basically a second language. Business, life, occasional dumpster fire. So pull up your seat and let's get into it.
All right, hey everyone, welcome back to the Ron Table, where innovation meets interrogation. And we ask the question your tech stack is too afraid to. So I'm Ron Miller, joined by the ever insightful Nicole Gray and the sharp-witted Laine Belcastro. Laine, welcome back from the world of digitally needed. Two humans who have not been replaced by ChatGPT just yet. Welcome back to the table, because today we are diving headfirst into the AI paradigm. Is it your digital sidekick, or is it low-key gunning for your job? And I think it is a super valid question that we're about to unpack. How to use AI without losing you? Because efficiency without empathy is just a spreadsheet with an attitude. So grab your coffee, mute your automated assistant, turn off your Gemini notes, and let's talk about when AI is an ally and when it's just a threat and skinny jeans pretending to be your brand voice. So ladies, welcome back to another saucy episode of this. Well, I am excited to talk about AI because I could talk about AI for half of the day and I would not get tired of talking about it because I think it's so misunderstood and so misused. I have these conversations in what I do as a consultant and sitting on a board of directors and working with other people and listening to them, what they think AI is and what the reality of it is. Let me start off by first saying, because I have some facts to share as we go through this, but facts and feelings are not the same. You can feel what you think AI is, but that does not make it a fact. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. First of all, I just want to say that AI being my friend in skinny jeans really got me. That's a good one.
I felt that
like
speaking
that
of
one.
skinny jeans. I felt that one.
Because it could be a douchebag in skinny jeans, or it could be your best friend. We don't know. Yes, I agree, though. AI is great to comb the internet because that's what it's doing and deliver us facts. And it's learning our voices and it's trying to learn feelings. And I'm sure we'll get there, but it's still not equivalent to a human. And I think a lot of people are treating it that way already, and it's too soon.
I hear people talk about AI and they're like, oh, it's this dangerous tool, whatever. AI is a tool, but it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger coming to get your job. Okay. Just want to put that out there because I think what movies have done and real life, you were saying, Ron, are two totally separate things. Yes, AI is out there, but think about the technology that was out there in the year 1999, 2000. It's that same kind of feeling as far as, oh my God, here's the internet. Here's www. whatever. It's going to do something. That's just AI. So this whole idea, I think people, again, they look at movies and they're thinking iRobot. They're thinking all the what's the Tom Cruise movie where with the AI and all that. Yeah, it does part.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, I mean, they do. I mean, yes, you have that part, but realistically, what we use it for in small business, it's so essential. And Ron, you're talking about facts. I love stats. 72% of small businesses now use AI as a tool. And that could be everything from a virtual assistant. It could be helping with your finances. It could be, as you are hiring folks, helping them to get better, efficiency. There's so many things now you can do with it. I think people need to be obviously more educated on it. But I still have friends who are like, oh, girl, I don't touch AI. Because, again, they swear Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to come to their house and take over.
Which could happen. I do see a lot of robots going around Atlanta these days. So it could happen. And it's funny because when I go back and I think about the Terminator and the Matrix, I just watched Matrix again, the original one for the first in years. And I'm like, that's actually, a lot of that is coming true. And a lot of it can be scary. But I think if it's used correctly, you almost have to use it. Otherwise, it's like when the internet came out in the 90s and you don't use it and you never learn it, you're screwed.
I almost see AI as a pit bull, right? They always say it's about the owner, who owns the dog. Everybody I know who has them, who loves them, they're like, the most gentle dog in the world. And then you look at TV and the pit bull's like coming for your throat. I think it's all about how you use AI. Yes. Could it be mirror some of the matrix and all that? I mean, if you look at like the innovations going on in healthcare, I have friends in healthcare and how they're using AI and helping with defeat a lot of these different diseases and stuff out there. It is so cool how they're using it. And yes, are there going to be people out there? I mean, scams have gone on the rise. I don't know about you all. The robocalls are off the chain. Everybody's trying to fish on our phones, trying to get something. So yes, you're going to get the people who use it for the bad stuff, but if you use it for the good stuff in your own business, it's really incredible.
Yep.
Well, I'm kind of backing that train up, Nicole, and jumping on that stat that you share. Because I love to do my research too. So I have a little factoid to go along with your accurate 70 to 80% of SMBs report using AI powered tools daily, but 50% of those businesses openly admit that they don't fully understand AI or how it works. So they don't have an implementation strategy. And this is where it goes wrong. Because most of your AI at this point is being used for content marketing and customer service. It's being heavily relied on for content creation, email automation, and branding in a sense. And if you don't know what it is, you don't know how to implement it, and you don't know how to work it, AI doesn't think. I want to be very clear about this, is AI doesn't think. It predicts based on patterns, right? And think of like, a lady going to your matrix, right? So I think the best description that I've seen repeatedly online and people that really dive deep into AI is think about Chat GPTs on hallucinogenics. Its whole identity is based on pulling all these facts together and hallucinating it. It lives in air quotes. It lives in the matrix. It is taking all of these different pieces of information from everywhere, and it is generating a maybe 50% actual outcome and giving you that as data, right? And I'll use something that I'm doing as an example of this, right? So I have a customer that I'm creating a very, very cool learning university for their journals, right? And I'm going to use an OSHA piece on this, right? I don't use the generative AI tool to generate the training simply because I know it's not accurate. When I generate training, I want it to be real, precise. So I spend a lot of time on the OSHA sites, pulling data, pulling information, pulling out videos in order to create some specific training. What I do use my AI for is I'll feed it back in, look for grammar, look for opportunities, look for layout, I'm not the best speller when I type, right? I type faster. My fingers move a lot faster than my English literature. So I'll use it for that portion of it because I'm all a single person shop. I don't have a staff that's going to check this stuff. And I actually got into back and forth because it was making suggestions on an OSHA and a 1926 policy within OSHA that was not accurate because AI lives in this hallucinogenic world, taking all this information from websites, from what people post, from social media, from Reddit, puts it together into an average and gives you a generalization. It can start to sound good because it can learn your traits and learn what you like and don't like, but it also pulls in bias and it doesn't pull out information.
You're speaking something that I wish more and more people could understand. And this is what we talk about with AI. It's the prompts. So what you're talking about is the prompts, right? Because those are key. And that's how it can learn what you're doing, because you said it's patterns, right? And so that's why a lot of times it is good as a virtual assistant, because they'll kind of learn how you want your email to go or how you work with clients, or you can kind of figure out what you do, but you still have to be in it. I think people think you're sitting there and just saying, hey, ChatGPT, go ahead and do so-and-so. You have to actually type it in and put that information in. And what I always tell people too, just because they give you something like you were saying, Ron, it doesn't mean it's right. You still have to look at it. I mean, that can even go into, and something I want to bring up to you all to kind of shift the conversation about being authentic with AI. So there's this whole movement on LinkedIn where people want to, half of LinkedIn was to bash people for using AI tools, but yet we also know that they're probably still using AI. But it's this whole idea of, is your post real? Is it fake? Is it your voice? Who cares? I mean, at the end of the day, we'll never know. And then people kind of try to point out, oh, I can see the way you're writing. Is it everybody on LinkedIn? It looks the same. Like, we don't know. I think most of the people who are bashing AI are behind the scenes using it, but covering it up or maybe using it just a splash. But do you two believe that you could still be authentic, that your business can be authentic with using AI?
So I kind of disagree on the LinkedIn posting because, and I'll answer your question, but because it's very obvious when they're using it, because that person might have not commented or spoken a lot or have been as active on LinkedIn before. And now suddenly they're commenting on everything and it's not their voice. And especially if you know that person. So I can definitely tell when certain people use it. But to your point, if you've been consistent on LinkedIn and now you're just using it to kind of help tweak comments or tweak your posts, that's fine. No one's going to know. But also, it is obvious if you've been in like a black hole for the past year and suddenly you're just here and creating these massive posts. That's pretty obvious to me. So, but I think that it helps your business. And to your point, you have to be involved in it. So yes, it can kind of take over jobs, but you still have to be involved in it because, like both of you said, it's taking information that's been posted on the internet for years and years and years. So it's probably 50% accurate. So you can create your blog post from it or your LinkedIn post or your email or whatever you're posting or using it for. And you still have to be involved. It still has to be authentically you. And I think it is very obvious when it's not, because you have to be an edit. You have to go in and edit it. What you're saying.
And I'll definitely give you
you.
that, Laine. I think when I hear, or even when I get kind of a LinkedIn AI response of something I posted, because it sounds so like, I mean, in that regard, if you're just commenting, just comment. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, oh, your comment was so good, girl. I'm going to hope to see that tomorrow. Like, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
Like, everything wants a misconception too with AI. It's going to be perfect. And it kind of goes back to what you were saying, Ron. So when people want to comment and they use ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, I'm not reading your comments thinking, oh, that was a perfect comment. I'm reading your comments because I'm interested to see, did what I, with what I've written or what I wrote, did it resonate with you? Did you like it? And people associate AI with being perfect, and that's not what it is. And that's the problem, I think, especially in small businesses. Oh, if I get AI, it's going to help my business. No, because you still need somebody behind it. Like, I have somebody who their business is sales and they have to hire salespeople. And they're like, oh, if I had the right AI tools, I could really get them to sell. Well, but you still need people who know how to sell. Because if you have somebody who doesn't know how to sell, that's using a sales AI tool, it defeats the purpose,
Right. Yeah, I agree. And, I have clients who use it for email marketing, of course, and I use it for email marketing, but it's still, to your point, it still has to be you, because I have a client who we've gone back and forth on, email copy, which is normal. And that's just what we have to do. And they were like, well, we have an agent set up in ChatGPT that we can just use and it'll help us and it'll be so much faster. We probably spent the same amount of time, if not longer, sitting on ChatGPT, going through the emails over and over again, saying like, well, we want it this tone, or we want it to say this. And I'm like, this is still taking the same amount of time, because they realize we still have to be involved. It still has to be authentic sounding, and it's not going to have, M dashes everywhere. So it still took the same amount of time. And I'm like, it's a love-hate relationship almost, because it's so great and it is so helpful for so many things, but you still have to take the time to do it.
But you can't be dependent
on
on
how
it.
to use it.
Well, I think a lot of people are. They become dependent on it because they think that it's going to save them so much time and money. It's the gateway to the promised land. I mean, I see recruiters do it all the time. AI is from the recruiting side of things. 67% of resumes are being scanned out by AI. because AI is like Sheldon Cooper, and that's not a fact that comes from Ron Miller that I pull out of there. That comes from SHRM, right? That's directly from a SHRM report from this year. 67% of resumes are just going into the trash heap on biased keywords because, again, like Sheldon Cooper, AI does not understand sarcasm or context.
Right.
It doesn't. It is trained on statistical data and it has no awareness of now. And the only thing that moves real time in AI of any tool is if you have live plugin tools. That's it. I mean, that's it. It does not really move in
Well, and can we
real
kind of
time.
be honest? Some recruiters don't understand sarcasm.
For context.
Correct.
Yeah. But it really is like AI, and I think AI a lot of the times on your phone, or now I see this all the time on my email. It's driving me nuts because you start typing and it is generating autocomplete.
Yes.
And that's AI. It is predicting where it thinks on average you may go with it. That might not be the case whatsoever. It's autocomplete on
and I
steroids
never go
is
with
what
it,
AI
whether
is.
it's phone. I can't even imagine leaving somebody an audio message on my phone and it's AI generated. Like, I can't talk to my friends. I can't say, hey, what time are we meeting at so-and-so without AI going, hey, I'd like to know. We don't even sound like that. And that's the thing too. You don't sound like that. As good as that prompt is, as good as they're getting to know who you are, you still don't sound like that. Like, you still have to, like you were saying with humor and all that, that's where that comes in. You know, I think I like it because it can kind of, clean up some stuff, especially if you're doing like research or a paper, or I'm trying to put together a strategy. But for the most part, it's still got to be me. And I need people to understand that it's me.
Yeah. And I think with time, it'll probably get to the point where we can use those auto-generated email responses, but still, you want to talk to a human. We're actually craving that more than ever right now. So it's going to be interesting where the next few years go, because there's the whole side where people are like, we just want a human, or sick of these auto responses. And then there's this where it's like, no, like, let's keep going with this technology. So I think it'll keep going.
The pandemic actually helped AI because people are burnt out and they want in real life. That's what they want. They want someone. So,
People want to buy from people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, efficiency is great, but it's connection that really closes the deal.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not going to fix your broken processes. It is not going to write you accurate job descriptions. It is not going to become the Vince Lombardi of coaching. And it sure as hell, from a brand messaging standpoint and marketing, create the next great Coca-Cola. Yeah, it's not.
Right.
That comes from creativity, individuals, and experience.
Yeah.
You know, maybe one day it'll get there, but I'll still ask the question. And because we see this now, and those of us with kids, we're experiencing it, right? And this goes to automation and the uptick. Like, you go to a supermarket, it's all self-checkout,
which I hate.
It's eliminating all that other stuff. And now it's eliminating entry-level roles in the private sector, where we lost 33,000 private sector jobs in the last job report. 33,000 private sector jobs, and a good portion of those are AI.
But Brian, can I just say with that?
What are the
But Brian, can I just say that going back to the store, it is interesting. You go to these stores and there's still a human hanging out, because guess what happens? You still need help. She didn't say, you didn't ring up my bananas. Sally has to come over like, hey, what's wrong? And Sally actually has to help that machine. And then I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Because contrary to popular belief, you still just can't, it can't just be the machines at the checkout.
Great. Especially if you're ringing vegetables. Nicole does not like.
She's not like vegetables.
Well, I can tell you what's not AI generated. Our segment of For the Win and WTF. That's going to be all us. I will kick us off first. I will start with the WTF. And Ron, I got this for you and Lainey. So an article just came out. It's been all over the news. Gen Z is embracing micro retirement. What is micro retirement, you want to say? Well, it's where you need time to rest. You need to leave your job and even unpaid, because it's just a lot. And you need like a week or two off. And really, you just need a break And HR is saying, hey, this is not like traditional PTO. This is where you could actually go without getting paid, but your job will still be here. And I cry, well, because just like every other Gen Xer, we also needed time off. But you know what we did?
Yeah.
We lied. Hey, there was a death in my family.
Mhm.
I'm going to need to take off a whole week. Oh, Nicole, I'm so sorry. And you
Yep.
kept it moving.
Yeah.
I don't even tell everybody micro retirement, which
I-
is just a vacation and a break.
I feel like we need a whole other show on this.
I saw that article too, Nicole, and I just about fell off
I
my
didn't
chair.
up when I read it because I was like, oh my
Like,
God, what
oh,
a
you
bunch
need
of
a
wimps.
break?
Like,
Micro
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
break. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
All these
So,
damn breaks.
first of all, I just want Gen Xers to know there's going to be a lot of jobs opening up over the next few years because if they're all micro retiring, somebody's got to do these jobs.
We'll be fine.
We'll be
Yeah,
good
we'll
because
be-
we're refreshed because we had PTO and you get about 20 holidays off of the year anyway. But sure.
Seriously.
But yeah,
You know how many flu and illnesses I had when I was younger to just take some
I mean,
time off?
again,
God,
just good old
people.
fashioned lie. Nobody checks behind you. I knew a guy, I think
No.
his grandmother died like 6 times, but he just needed some time off. You know what I mean? Stop. All right. So with that, I'm appreciating all those who are not politicizing the flood that's going on in Texas right now, because this is not a red issue. It is not a blue issue. This is a very sad human issue. So appreciate those who are talking about what's going on, because a lot of people don't realize a lot of people that were affected were camps in that area. And a lot of the parents had just dropped these kids off maybe like a week or two. And, you know, I, as a parent, as somebody who goes to camp, I couldn't imagine dropping them off. And then next thing you know, you're getting this warning. And if you think about 27, in just one camp alone, 27 counselors and campers are missing, are gone. I mean, that's a lot. Get
Yeah.
people on both sides pointing fingers or saying that FAFO and things like that. This is not the time. The number is over 100. To me, it's no different than the wildfires of California.
Mhm.
People pointing fingers and wanting to say, that's what they get. That's what they get. This is not a that's what they get moment. These are people's lives. You know, my son goes back to school in 3 weeks.
No.
Those kids are supposed to go back to school like right after him, and they're not. And you got birthdays and holidays, and this is going to be a lasting thing. So I just, for the win, those people who are still out there looking for them and who are truly, you know, praying for them. And then another for the win, the president of Mexico, who she didn't have to. She sent people out there who are helping. And if you think about how Texas has treated Mexico the last, you know, however many years, kudos to her for doing that too. Because actually,
Yeah.
when they came out, it was at a pivotal time where they really needed help. And some of her folks were specialized in going to those trees and some of those areas of finding people. So just want to put that out there, but definitely still sending prayers to Texas.
I agree. That is a good for the win.
Yes.
Humans can still be
Yes.
humans.
All right, Miller, you are up. Kick us off with your WTF.
You know, I think my WTF, and I alluded to this before because I'm a numbers guy and I've gotten a lot more deeper and heavily entrenched in
Mhm.
economic data, you know, and educating myself on what it really means in trending. My WTF is every time a jobs
Mhm.
report comes out and all these people just post online, oh, everything's going to be great, 143,000 jobs. And you don't look and understand what that data is. And like 73,000 of those jobs were government hirebacks, and like 30,000 were in healthcare, which is now going to be eliminated. And that's going to be scaled back. And you really look at, we lost 33,000 private sector jobs. That's not good. That's not
Right.
good. That's a lot of bullshit wrapped in a Hershey kiss. I mean, that's just horrible, right? So before you guys start posting bullshit, really understand what it means, right? And that's why WTF is these people that just grab this from their marketing department. Yay, we're winning. Oh, what do you mean we're riffed? Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm so
that's
glad
why
you said that, because I have
WTF.
friends who've been still looking 6, 9, 12, 20 months. And trust me, they're not looking at the job report saying, oh, things look good. So things look pretty bleak still on this end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things look definitely bleak. In my industry too, it's the same where people are getting laid off and they've
Yep.
been looking for jobs for
Yeah.
over a year. It's
Yep.
insane.
White collar private sector,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Not good at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Hey, winning. Anyways, I think my for the win is going to be my Guardians growing. So I mean, I got zucchini, I got cucumbers, I got peppers out the wazoo. Yeah, I got potatoes. So I give myself a green thumb for another year there. That's for my win. Is everything took root in its new homes.
That really is a
Self-sustainability.
big win.
Yeah.
That really is a big win
Yeah.
because that is not easy. Says someone with green thumb whatsoever.
If pushed in a critical situation, I have farming
Yeah.
skills.
Well, especially if AI takes over these
Good for
grocery
you.
stores and go to your house and get some stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
lady,
lady, take
what
us
you got?
out.
Well, mine are going to be much lighter. So my WTF, I'll start with a win. My win is that it didn't rain in Atlanta for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like
That's
the
huge.
biggest win ever because it has rained every day
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
3 months, it feels like. It didn't rain at all.
Honestly, Ron,
over
Noah's
the
Ark is
past
going down.
weekend.
I was bad.
Yeah, that's my for the win. I got to actually sit by the pool and not run in from the rain. First world problems. My WTF is the Diddy trial, the verdict, because I just can't with the fact that this man has done so many horrible things and he's basically walking. Like, I cannot. What is wrong with our system? Why do we praise these celebrities and billionaires? He's not a
Yeah.
billionaire, I don't think, but you get it. Like, enough. I'm so tired of the privilege. I cannot
I'm
do it.
also tired of
Anyway.
we have like one trial a year and it's highlighted throughout the United States or just even the country. The trial. How about we not do that? Because even
Yeah.
like with Kieran, what was her name? Thank you, Kieran Reed.
Karen Reed.
I don't think it was fair that
Yeah.
even her trial was like the trial. How, can these people just go to trial? You know,
No.
At the end, like, we don't need all the details. We don't. It's just too much because country properly. If I'm a juror and you tell me, Nicole, don't watch social media, the news. Okay,
Please.
I'm watching all that stuff.
I'm gonna watch
You know
it.
what I mean? Just this whole idea of like the trial. You know, we have to find out what's going on every 5 minutes. Stop doing that.
I know, but I fall right into the trap because there's the Idaho trial that I'm going to be into now, and then there's another
Yeah.
one coming. I'm that person that,
Yeah.
well, I need to know because it's a trial and it's totally over. Like the media has gotten it totally out of control, but at the same time, I want to know that these pieces of shit
Yeah.
are getting justice and they're not. Karen
Yeah.
Reed, but
No.
yeah. So that's why I get addicted because I'm like, does our system
Right.
really suck? Okay, yeah, it does.
It's all based on the court of public opinion. And I'm going to quote my dad here. I don't know if my parents
money.
listen to this or not, but a quote. So my dad said something. I'm going to use this. Said one time he said to me, son, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and pretty much they all stink.
Yep. And everyone's getting paid off.
That's
so
the
there's
court of public
I think
opinion.
that was a mic drop right there for
Because
Dad.
your opinion is, yeah. And here, I'll help you out, lady, on your P. Diddy thing. If you've not seen this on Netflix, there's a series out there that what caught our attention was the Poop Cruise.
oh
I
my
haven't watched
gosh,
it.
I didn't watch.
All right, here's the thing, because I'm not interested in reliving that news article, but there are other stories in that series. And what was interesting was the one episode was about the gentleman that started American Apparel. You remember American Apparel?
Yes.
And the horrors that came out of that and what this guy was doing in sleeping with his employees and being very lewd and just berating everybody and running around. Like they had him on camera running around naked and having these employees live at his house. And they had like his girls that would just do anything for him.
Yeah.
And how he finally got fired by the board of directors because he had those non-disclosures. Never went to trial, never faced charges. Do you know what his job is today?
President
I can't wait. What
of
is it?
something.
I was going to say.
He's the head of another apparel company, and you'll never guess which one it is.
I hope it's like Abercrombie because they're the other ones that got taken down.
It's Diddy's Breezy. Honest to God, this guy with all of these sexual problems and outlandish acts somehow wound up with P. Diddy heading his apparel company, doing the same
Okay, so why are the three of us rule followers, do good and decent human beings? Or
I
people?
ask myself that every
So-
day.
Well, it's because we're not millionaires, so we can't get away with that.
Yeah.
You call it. I think of it. I'm just getting stupider by the day at this point.
It's all the
I'm
so
starting to lose my
wrap it up.
I'm starting to lose my moral compass. So we'll wrap it up on that. So here's the deal, folks. Let's get back to AI, right? So we're going to close this out. So AI, it can do a lot of things. It can write your newsletter. It can optimize your calendar. It can even fake a decent personality online, right? For used catfishers out there. But it can't feel a gut instinct. It can't get sarcasm. It can't get context. And it can't build trust over time. And it sure as hell can't replace the moments where you just get with your clients, your coaches, your team, or your vision. So in short, use the tool, don't become one. So that's it for this episode of the Roundtable. And we hope you tune in next time. And Laine, Nicole, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode of The Ron Table. Thanks for pulling up your chair, lending us your ear, and not touching our drums. Interested in more chaos and common sense conversations? Well, make sure that you hit that like button or the follow button, or drop us a question or a comment in the comment section below. Want to follow us on social media? You can check out more under the resources tab at w.elevate-talent-solutions.com. Or you can visit Nicole Gray at renewedimpact.com. Hit up Laine Belcastro at lmbdigimarketing.com. And a big shout out to our producer and co-host, Adrian Roughart at acrventures.com. Until next time, keep that chair warm. It's not done yet.